Hi, welcome to Income Tax and Wages Calculator developed using Python. So let me show you guys how this works. I'm going to reset, and once you reset, this is what and how the interface looks like. And let's select some other tax code. That's the tax code, and in here let's enter the name of the employer. Let's say the employer is, let's go for Airpeace Aviations, and let's enter the name of this employee, and that is my name, Captain Paul Bowman. The title, job title, is going to be airline pilot. And the next thing we need to do now, since we've selected the wages and so on, is to click on calculate wages. There, we need to enter the NI number there, and NI code. There we go. So that's how the system looks like. So with that, I'm going to take you guys straight into Python development environment, and we'll put one of these together. And I'm going to use this opportunity to say thank you once again to Airpeace. And let's go straight into Python development environment, and we'll put one of these together right away. Okay, welcome back. So I'm going to start by importing as follows. So import from Thinker all of the following components, and I will also import as follows. There. So the next thing I want to do now is to define my class. The class is going to be known as income underscore tax. Enter column there. Then I'm going to define my initial method, and that is going to be, we need another one here, underscore underscore. Then we open up self, that will become a root, and close that there. Okay, I will now define my interview. Self.root equals root there, and so on. So right here is the title, and I've also defined the size of my screen and the back color. And I would like to even use this opportunity to say thank you to Kate out there, and also say thank you to Tony for supporting the channel. Okay, let's continue now. Okay, let's use this opportunity to just round up the whole system there. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this file right away, and I'll take it from there. And right there, that's going to be the name of my file, py underscore income tax and wages. Let's just enter wages there and save that. Now, see right here, the next thing I like to do is I'm going to define my, let that be my frame. We're gonna need a couple of frames there. So this will be for all of the frame widgets that I intend to use. Okay, and underneath here, I think after the frame I would like my variable there. Then I will then have my, this will be for variables. Then here I would like to have my functions there. Right, let's start with the frame first. So the first frame, I'm going to call that main frame. mainframe equals frame, and this frame is going to be right inside self.root there, and let's just say mainframe.grade. There, dot grade. Okay, if I decide to run this now, all we just see is a form with a cadet blue interface. Let's save it anyway and just have a go at it, and you guys see what I'm talking about. There we go. So there's nothing in there, even the frame. You cannot see the frame yet, but that's no problem. Now let's add another frame. This very frame is going to be for my title, and the widget is a frame, and this very frame is right inside the main frame. Okay, and let's enter a border of about 10, comma, the width is going to be about 1350, comma, and let's get it padded to the x-axis. I'm going to make that about 35, comma, and the back color as well is going to be cadet blue. Copy that and just paste that in there. PG cadet blue equals rigid. There we go. And there, I'm going to get it packed because I intend to just enter the title there. So let's get it packed, and side is going to be right at the top. That's my very first one. Save that. Let's run it and see how it's going to look like. There we go. So you can't see nothing just yet. To prove to you that the frame is there, I'm going to add a title. Let's use the label. There we go, guys. I now have my title right there. This is the title. Okay, and the widget is a label, so I'm going to run that. There. Okay, the first is taken care of. Now let's do some other thing. I'm going to now, right underneath here, I'm going to create another frame. Copy that, and let's paste that right underneath here. And this very frame is, I'm just going to call it bottom frame. Come in here and change that to bottom frame, and bottom frame is going to also be resident right inside this. But let's say the bottom frame, let me make that label frame, and I will just add one or two text there. So right here underneath here, I'm going to add as follows. So let's say comma font. The font is going to be Area, and I'm going to make the size approximately 20, and also let's make it bold. Yeah. Now, comma, what text do I want in there? I need the text in there. The text is going to be, say, tax and wages summary. There we go. Let's close that. Comma, my font color, I'm going to make that white, and the background color I will make that cadet blue as well. Alright, and what else do I need? I now need to just, let's get it packed anyway. So bottom frame packed, and it's going to be packed right at the bottom. So let's come in here, change this to bottom, get rid of this. Okay, let's make that uppercase there. Okay, let's run it and see how that's gonna look like as well. There we go, guys. Now what I want to do is to move this bottom down, push it down, and enter 2 more frames right in between. So underneath here I have the top frame and the bottom frame there. Okay, maybe we should even change, okay, title frame, that's fine, we'll leave it like that, and just enter 2 more frames here. So I'm going to copy this and just change things around, paste, and change this one to middle frame. Now the middle frame, and let's just speed it all up. This is all about just frames. For this middle frame, it's going to be at the bottom as well. Just gonna speed that up and get back to you guys. Okay guys, I have my middle frame and the one I also call data frames, and these 2 frames that I've just created, now I'm going to divide them up anyway. So, but first thing first, let's run it so that you guys see how it looks like. There we go. Now let's divide up these 2 frames, this and this, and we can then start entering some widgets on them. Okay, with the data frame, that is going to be as follows. That's for the data frame. These 2 frames will be inside this very data frame. So one is on the left and the other one is on the right. They will both be inside this frame. So let's run it and see how that's going to look like. There we go, look at that. Alright, close that. I'm just going to copy this and change the name around and add it for this very one. So let's copy that, copy, and let's paste it right underneath there, and just change the name around. I'm going to call that lower frame left and lower frame right. Yeah, there, and they're going to be right inside this very frame here. So this lower frame, like I said, will be right inside the middle frame. So if I run it now, this is how it's gonna look like there. Yeah. Now let's add some widget onto the system. So I'm gonna copy this and just paste that underneath here and call it widgets. And right here is my very first widget. That is just the label. I'm now going to add a combo box in here as well. But let's run this and see how it's going to look like. It should be in the right hand side. There we go. So let's add a combo box. Come right down here, speed that up, add a combo box. That is my combo box. The combo box right in there, I have the following. Those will be the tax period. Okay, and in here I've also declared a variable, so which means I should declare my variable right here right away. And right here are the variables that I intend to use for this program. Okay, so let's move this up. Okay, those are all my variables, and in here that's supposed to be my widget. The function is not ready yet, so let's copy this and just paste it here. There. And here I think I'm going to use this for my buttons. Right. Okay, if I run it now, this is what you guys will see. There. When I click on this, there we go. So we can always use that as our tax period. Right, that's fine. Now let's add some more labels and text entry. We need one underneath here. To be one here. Let's just change. Let's change the row. That's row. This row will be 1 and this one will be 0. Okay, if I run it, that should be right underneath there. There. Okay, I need another combo box underneath there. So let's copy this same combo box here. Copy that, and we just change it around anyway. There. And this is 1 and 1. There we go. Come right in here, run it. Yeah, have two combo box. One of the tax period, and that one will be for tax code. So let's change this to tax code. Right. Okay. So I'm just gonna make the whole interface looks a bit much better, and this will be, I'm gonna need up just about 5 of these, so get rid of all of these, and this will be, let's say, task code 1, yeah, something like that, and so on. So let's speed that up too. Okay, here are all the widgets for the very first frame. Okay, have a good look at it, and let me just run it, then you guys see what I'm talking about. There, these two are just text entering, and let me show you guys here. Those are the text entering. That's one. Okay, NI code, and the other one is for NI number, and these ones are just the labels. Okay, so guess you guys get the whole idea. Alright, have a good look at it, because I'm going to now speed it up for the other widgets, for the other frame widget, I mean. Okay, let's enter the other frame widget. That's going to be easy because it's just a label, it's just label for labels and for entries. So I'm going to copy those and just draw a line there and speed that up. There we go, guys. There. Right, I'm going to run it now. See that, guys? Now just these two. In the case of these two, I will also copy this. Let's copy all of this, and right there, those are the lines of code for the bottom right frame. Okay, let's run it. It's going to disrupt the old look, but it's okay, we can always get that sorted. Now let's fix this one here. Then we add a button, or we add 3 buttons. Alright, for the left frame, the bottom left frame, those are the lines of codes. So take a good look at it. You can also pause your video so that you can type it out. For those of you who are member of the channel or members of my channel, you can always get in touch with me for these lines of codes. Just the members of the channel. So I'm going to run it now. Yeah. Okay, and what is left now is just the buttons. So right underneath here where I have buttons, I will enter my buttons. Those are the buttons. Take a good look at how the codes are put together. Now let's run it. So I strongly advise you to pause your video so that you can type it all out. There we go. That's how my interface looks. However, nothing is working yet. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of the very first part of this tutorial, and I'll see you guys shortly. But just before then, let's take it up and I'll show you all the codes one more time. So take a good look at it. Bring it down, down again. Functions will be here, and there. Okay, the buttons. So we'll run it one more time. As you can see, the exit buttons and the other 2 buttons, they do nothing. So I'm going to exit out and let's go straight to where I intend to define my function. So right there, the very first function I'm going to take care of will be that of exit. I'm going to call that iExit and enter parentheses in there. Now right underneath, I would say iExit equals, take enter, dot, and I want to call the message box. Message box, right there, double click on that, dot, and let's use ask yes or no. Right there. Now, in here, I'm going to now enter the title. I'll call that income, tax and wages calculator. And close that. And I will then enter comma and then add my second argument, which is going to just be confirm if you want to exit. There. Now let's use an if statement to validate the selection made. If I exit is less than and equals to 0, then root dot, and I want you to destroy right here. Okay, close that, and let's say return. Okay, that is my function exit taken care of. I'm going to copy that, so let's go straight down to where the button is, and I will now use this button to call function exit. So right here, comma, then you write command equals I exit. Now the other one I'd like to declare would be reset. So let me just, since I'm here now, let's come right down here and paste that in there and just call that. I'm going to call that function reset. There we go. Functions reset command is already included in the code. However, I have not declared that function, so I'm going to create that very function now. Function reset there. And what do I want to reset? I want to reset every single one of my variables. So I'm going to copy all of these variables that I have in here and come right down here, just paste them here. We need to get it indented, so select it all, control, and there we go. Yeah, so all I just need to do is come in here, so dot set and clear. So copy all of this and just use it, replace the string variable that were declared. Right, you see that? So that makes life easy. Okay, that's the resets taken care of as well. Now the other method that I'm going to declare would be to take care of the calculations and so on. Alright, reset is taken care of. Right. So let's try this reset out and the exit. So come in here and just run the program and see how they're going to respond to that. Okay, you see here I enter a semicolon instead of column. Yeah, do that again. Yeah, there we go. Now I run the program. Oh, there should be indent. I meant to indent this as well. Okay. Alright, the system is running. Okay, that's fine, that's working. No, I do not want to exit. So let's enter whatever in here. And just reset. Okay, the reset is working now. However, I would like this reset to just add all of these for me. Okay, let's come in here. See this? I want them on my resets. So try out the exit again. Yeah. Right. Now in here I'm going to enter. Let's go for select tax. Select tax period. Now the next one, this one, tax code. I'm going to call that select tax code. And finally, that will be select payment. So when I click on reset, I should be able to see all of those instructions instead of just clearing them out. Okay, let's see. Alright, resets. Yeah, that's good. Okay, exit. That's fine now. So now underneath here I'm going to have to create another function that will take care of the calculations for us. Okay, right underneath here, let's enter the method for most of the calculation, and in here I'll use this very method to define the date. So date time dot, we want that to be date, and it's going to be dot today. Okay, let's look for today and enter parentheses there. Right, that's one. Then this vary D1, that's the variable that I've local variable that I've declared for date. Now I'm going to now enter pay date. Pay date is right here. So pay date is going to be assigned, that is the variable dot D1. So pay date is right here where I have my date. This should be known as, I'm going to change this to NI number. I don't want to get confused with that. Okay, that's fine. Alright, there's my date. We can just, there we go, that's the date here. So I have my variable pay date there. Text variable equals pay date, and that's the variable I've just assigned D1 to right here. Okay, the next thing I would like to do inside this method is I'm going to call on non-taxable wages and paste that right underneath here. The non-taxable wages itself, let's say dot, and that is going to be set, open the parentheses, and in there I'm going to add pay before tax, this very one. Okay, that's going to be get pay before tax, and we just need to delete this and change that to get. Right, so whatever we have in here is assigned here, pay before tax. Let's declare another variable. I'm going to call that q equals float, and this very float is going to be the payment. Okay, paste that in there, change this to get, parentheses. So whatever we have inside payday is assigned here. That should be payment. This is then assigning here, and we now need taxable wages. For the taxable wages, all I'm just going to do now is I'm going to add q in there, and in here, hold on, I will, let's declare another variable. We'll just call that float. That non-taxable. Yeah, so non-taxable will be deducted from the whole amount. Okay, when we deduct the amount that is now taxed from the total amount here, we should get a value, and that will be taxable wages. So whatever we get, we can tax that. That's fine. Now let's come down in here and just take care of something for the reference. So I'm going to say random dot run int, and I'm just going to make up some value in there, and let's say comma up to, yeah, right, that's fine. Yeah, that is fine. So okay, let's just make that 0. All right, so that will generate random values for me, and I'm just going to call that random reference equals string x, and random reference is then assigned to reference here, employee reference. Copy all of that, paste that in here. Okay, that's fine. This function here, I'm just going to call that very function within the other function that will carry out most of the calculations. Alright, so let's come back in here and say define employee tax code. Okay, as for the employee tax code, I'm going to say the values equals string, and that's going to be from self dot combo tax code, right, dot get. Okay, and now this value, let's make up another local variable equals values. Now let's use an if statement to validate whatever we have in here. So we're going to now say if tax code that I call T code, let's say equals, now we need to know the data that we have inside the combo box itself here. Those are the data that I need this. I'm going to copy those because I need them. Let's paste it right here. Okay, the very first one, if it's equals to this, close that and just comment the rest out. I'm going to need them later on. Alright, so that's the very first one. Okay, then let's say payment. We need the payment equals what? Payment in this case will be, let's set the following value inside the payment. That will be pay before tax. Pay before tax dot get. Alright. In here. Get rid of this, else there will be an error. Okay, now one part of it is taken care of. In that case, let's call this function here payday. I'm just going to call that function in here. Right, we've called payday, then we also need to carry out one or two more calculations. So tax paid equals float, so that we can find out the taxable wages. Taxable wages dot. Okay, that is fine. Let's use another if statement to now validate the selection made. Okay, if this very one is less than and equals to 1200, then we want tax paid dot set this there, and that is that done. So the only thing left for us now to do is to call this very function inside my combo box. So I'm going to copy that function and let's scroll right down here. Okay, right here inside a combo, I'm going to call that. Let me paste what I've just copied, but I must get this bind first. Copy that, and let's say it's right up here. Okay, dot bind here, and we then open a bracket with a quote. Okay, and we call combo that will be box, combo box selected, and close that there. Then we then call this very, yeah, that's it, and come out here and close that. So I've just called this function inside my combo box. Now let's try it out. Okay, before I can try it out, I must save it first. Oh, I am meant to enter ABTD. Okay, else we have an error. So let's save and run it now. See. So the only one I'll be able to have a look at will be 1200. So let's see how that's going to work. There we go. We'll come in here and just select these. There. See that, guys? It's working how we want. Also, it generated the reference number, date, and it's telling us if the wages is 1200. This guy will not be taxed. If we try the other ones, nothing will happen because I have not entered the function for those ones. So close that. So what I'm going to do now is come right down here and use else if right there. So I'll come right down here and use else if the selection made is this, we want this. So I'm going to copy that and use that for the others. Okay. Now paste, and if the selection made is this, yeah, that's the next one. There we go. Copy, paste. The selection made is that. And this one is 5. There. Okay, now the income also changes. I think that will be about 30 something thousand. No, not 30 something, 3,000 plus. Let's see, I have the wages selection here. There we go. Copy that. Come down here. Get rid of this. I don't need it anymore. Paste. That's 3,000 plus 3,200. Next one here is 2,700 plus, and followed by 2,230. Okay, 2,230, and we have this. So that's fine. Now, if this is 20%, this will be 25% tax, this will be 30%, and here you will be 35%, maybe 0.7. That is the tax. Right. Now, the maximum non-taxable allowance is meant to be about 1,200. And finally, we need a function that will take care of the add wages and so on button. So that is a function there. I'm just going to get it indented. There we go. And I'm going to call this very function here. Copy that, and let's scroll right down to the button underneath here, the total button there. So in there we just say command equals that. Right. Okay. So that is the button that should execute the whole calculation, wages calculation. So I'm going to save that, and let's run it and see. We have an error. Okay, it's not defined. It is defined. Let's see. Okay, maybe it's not well indented. Let's come back in there. That's it here. Oh, it's right. It's not well indented, so it should be out. Oops, undo that. Select it all, hold on to the control there. Alright, let's try it again. There we go. And now we select the period of payment, and let's say the tax code is that. Yeah, you see that. Then we enter the employer. Let's say the employer is Lucy Railways. Let's say it's Railways, right? Okay, and employee name is, let's just say, Harry Stanmore, and job title of Harry Stanmore, we can call him a driver, and NI number, NI code. All we then need to do is to click on calculate wages there. See that, guys? So everything is working. We can reset. Let's go back to our code. I just want to clear out something. You see this very one that I copied earlier? I'm going to clear it out. Right. Now let's run our program again. So, but before then, take a good look at the lines of codes up to here. Now up to all of the variables. Now the function for exit, function for reset, function that take care of the calculation that was then called inside the employee tax code. Inside the employee tax code, all of the calculations were then taken care of. There they are. And bring it down. And this is the calculation that sum of the gross pay, deduction, and the net pay. This takes care of that. And all of my widget, the upper left widget, the bottom widget, right frame, and lower widgets, left frame, and the buttons. That's it. So let's run our program again. Now select the wages, tax period. Let's go for tax period is October. Right, wages selected. Employer, I'm gonna call that Omen Aviations. Employee, that will be Captain Peter Show. Captain Peter Shonoko. And title, job title is an airline pilot. All they need to do is click on calculate wages. There we go. It's national insurance number, we need to add that, and add his tax code as well. There we go, guys. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed, and please do subscribe and join and become a member of my channel. And for those guys who are member of my channel, Kate, thanks a lot for being a member. Tony, thanks a lot as well, and the other members. So you all have a nice day now, and bye for now.